This is MSI's new Prestige 14 AI Plus 2-in-1 laptop, living up to its own name as a laptop that flips between business and productivity to creation and media. But it just so happens that this is one of those releases you see out there that perfectly lines up with a new and particularly exciting processor under the hood. So let's open this up and wait a minute. Which side is the hood? Oh, my metaphor doesn't work, does it? The Prestige can fold and articulate into multiple tablet-style views, and it's all centered around this gorgeous 16 by 10, yes, 16 by 10 OLED display running at 1920 by 1200. I don't know about you, but I miss this aspect ratio dearly. Not only that, but because it is a touch screen and it comes with this MSI pen, you too can take notes for your latest presentation or draw yourself little affirmations throughout the day, just like this. Are you paying attention? But it is built for much more than simple office productivity and note-taking. The specs are actually quite generous here with 32 gigabytes of RAM and 1 terabyte of fast NVMe storage, which keeps things feeling snappy overall. And it's a surprisingly capable laptop for something like content creation or graphic design and even some light to mid-level gaming, much more than you might expect actually. So what is driving this? Panther Lake. That's the code name for Intel's latest line of CPUs, and you'll see them out there under the Core Ultra Series 3 label. The one we've got here is the Core Ultra X7 358H. Now on a technical level, there's some really fascinating stuff that's going on with Panther Lake that I highly recommend you do some reading up on if you're into that kind of thing, particularly with the 18A fabrication process, but we won't get into that here, so don't worry about it. Here is what you need to know. The new chips are focused on extreme power efficiency, but also on providing power when necessary. And the primary way this is done is through a 16-core setup spread across 3 different types of cores. Intel's been doing it this way for a while now, but this design has truly matured in Panther Lake. You have 4 power cores for high-performance tasks like video editing and gaming, of course, 8 efficiency cores that carry most of the weight during simpler tasks like browsing, office work, and everyday things, and 4 low-power efficiency cores which are active during background tasks and, of course, idle times. All cores work together, but it's fascinating to see which ones light up during different tasks. And the burst speed here can top out at 4.9 gigahertz. Now that's just on the CPU side though. Panther Lake also brings Intel's latest Arc B390 graphics, and this is a place where performance has really gone up dramatically. These are still technically considered integrated graphics, but you'll see later on that they are far more capable than you might think. And it's why this laptop is not just for business. Now to be clear, the Arc B390 that you'll see in here is only available on Core Ultra X7 and X9 options. Neural processing units, or NPUs, have become more and more prevalent in mobile CPUs, speeding up some AI-driven tasks that run locally instead of on the cloud. The chipset here builds incrementally on that previous Lunar Lake NPU, but in my opinion, the more exciting news is that more and more applications are taking advantage of these, including parts of Photoshop, Lightroom, Premiere, DaVinci Resolve, and of course, Microsoft's Copilot. So how does that functionally play into the Prestige? The promise of productivity, content creation, and graphical capability is a lot to deliver in a form factor like this. Let's start with the screen. 1920 by 1200 at 14 inches is a good balance, in my opinion, of resolution and pixel density, but it crucially means that the B390 GPU here can devote most of its power to graphical quality over raw resolution. This goes for both games and graphically intense programs. By the way, the screen covers 100% of the DCI P3 gamut, so video editors and photographers should take advantage of it. Higher-end chipsets also means more bandwidth overall across the system, giving you more robust connectivity options on the computer, including a full-size HDMI 2.1 port, 2 USB 3.2 Type-A connections, a 3.5mm audio combo jack, which is nice to see, and the big one, 2 Thunderbolt 4 connections. I love seeing Thunderbolt on so many Intel chipsets these days. It really makes high-speed external storage or even external GPUs an option for these kinds of computers. But we won't get into that here. What we will get into are some quick demos to see what the Prestige is capable of. High clock speeds, multiple cores, and perhaps importantly, a strong GPU matter a lot for video editing. Integrated graphics don't always fare too well here, but in Adobe Premiere, the B390 skims across this real project timeline decently, and I can play back this 4K HEVC footage with color grading at 2 times speed. You're not going to get through sophisticated edits here or multi-camera projects, but simple edits should be just fine. The hardware encoders mean exporting isn't too bad either, with a 12-minute 41-second video taking 25 minutes 17 seconds to complete. Overall, content creators should be pretty happy here. And even though productivity is the main focus here, it would be a shame to not put some of that graphical horsepower to work with some games. We'll keep it brief and run Cyberpunk 2077's in-game benchmark to get an idea of where performance really lands. Using the display's 1920 by 1200 native resolution at a medium preset with no ray tracing or upscaling, the system hit an average of about 50 FPS, occasionally reaching 60 FPS. Not bad to start, but if you do take advantage of Intel's XeSS upscaling in quality mode, so not too much below native, you can average 72 FPS, absolutely playable, topping out at almost 86. And that's with the medium preset. Or if you use performance mode with the high preset, you can get similar numbers with an average of 70 FPS and a maximum of nearly 86 FPS again. Just a few years ago, you couldn't convince me that integrated graphics could perform like this. It's amazing how far we've come. So now you've probably noticed how thin this laptop is, and that makes the performance all the more impressive. At its thinnest point, the Prestige is 11.9 millimeters, and it weighs only 1.3 kilograms, or 2.86 pounds. MSI really makes the most of every millimeter here with the connections we showed off before. The overall build and feel is very important for a convertible laptop because you don't want to feel any kind of looseness or flex in the body and hinge when you rotate it into a different position. The Prestige feels solid in any orientation. The large touchpad, which on the back here, allows you to customize gestures and shortcuts, and the keyboard is backlit, making it easy to see in dark environments. The MSI pen is nice if you've got the illustration chops to really work with it, or if you just want to take notes, so I can't really show you much here, but let me show you something else. It locks into place. Let's switch this to a different tablet view. This actually works. The keyboard does seem disabled when you put it on the keys, but if you look on the underside here, there's actually a little locking mechanism that locks the pen in place, releases it, and you just take it right out. It charges through the body of the laptop, and then it clicks into the underside of the keyboard. The notch releases it and prevents it from falling out. Lastly, the laptop comes equipped with Wi-Fi 7 support, bringing fast wireless speeds every day, wherever you go. So that's it for our look at MSI's Prestige 14 Flip AI Plus 2-in-1 laptop. Convertible laptops are a unique case, to be honest, because they have to remain slim and portable while packing enough power and versatility to set them apart from tablets. Seeing what Intel's Panther Lake can do here with its power efficiency, integrated GPU strength, and I/O support is a very convincing argument for the 2-in-1 format. And if you find yourself needing the best of both worlds, this is pretty hard to beat. How would you use the Prestige 14, or what do you think of the new Panther Lake chipsets? I love a good tech breakdown, so let us know in the comments below. I'm Doug with B&H, and I'll see you next time.